So Mo,
So
you talking about what now?
watch night service, bro.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
first of all, let me ask you this: when the last time you've been to a watch night service?
Definitely before pandemic time. So maybe 2017, 2018, maybe something like that.
Okay. For those that don't know, let's just say I mean, you might not be black or you might not have grown up in church. Let's also put that out there. If you did, you know what watch night service is.
Oh, 100%.
Because that is where you go before you go out to the club 9 times out of 10. If you were in a home that went to church and your parents made you go to church on New Year's Eve,
Yeah, yeah.
you went to watch night service and you didn't just watch until the New Year's hit, but it's more like, you praise, worship, the preacher preaches, and they usually try to time it where they are praying into the new year, which confused me because I'm thinking like, isn't the point to actually see when the new year comes? So
Right.
like, I would be the one who was like looking around the church, like looking at my clock, saying Happy New Year to people while the pastor praying. Like I'm just smiling across the room and like, chucking the deuces up to that girl that I really wanted to holler at.
Yeah.
But that's not here nor there. But if you know what watch night service is, or if you don't know what watch night service is, here's the real history. And this is like the briefest statement that blew my mind because I did not know this. My wife and I looked it up.
Mm.
Watch night service can be traced back to gatherings also known as Freedom's Eve. On that night, Black slaves and free Blacks came together in churches and private homes all across the nation, awaiting news that the Emancipation Proclamation actually had become law. So Lincoln had used the occasion of the Union victory at Antietam to issue a preliminary proclamation which freed all slaves in the rebellious states after January 1st, 1863.
Wow.
Bro, had no idea.
No idea.
Which begs the question, how the heck did we end up naming New Year's Eve church service watch night service? Like, it's just a question. It's just a question.
Man, look. You want us to get real, or what would you?
It's just a question.
Bruh, I mean, well, I don't have an answer for directly to that question, but what I can say is, if we really go back and dig up a lot of history, bro, we will be amazed at what we find.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, unfortunately, were we have learned in passing because someone may have said, and we didn't take the time out to educate and look.
Yeah.
Um, and that's with a lot of things,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I, I mean, I'm flabbergasted at that being the meaning behind Watch Night Service, bro, because there's no chance that I would have ever guessed that as what Watch Night Service was, the origin of it. And the fact that I don't know, bro. So
So let me at least sprinkle a little sugar on top of it.
yeah, go ahead because I'm about to say something, but I'll
I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you.
go
And
ahead.
I'm on the National Museum of African American History's website, and
Okay.
so I want to bring context even more to it because I'm learning as you're learning. Hopefully, some of our Patreon our thinkers, hopefully, our thinkers are also learning with us here. But it does say that while it's rooted, Watch Night is rooted in African American religious traditions, but and it talked about the first Watch Night. Apparently, many of those enslaved African Americans they were gathered to pray and worship and sing and dance. So there was an element of spirituality there to
Yeah,
it, or a
okay.
component
Okay.
that may have shaped what we decide to do on most of
Okay.
our New Year's Eve nights.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
granted, I know what you were thinking and where your head was, because that's exactly where I was. Why again are we doing some of the things that we're doing in the Black church? But
Yeah.
It is what it is. And it's funny, like, Black people, we used to watch night service. White people, they tend to have like Christmas Eve service.
Mm.
Like, I don't know, like they do the visuals
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
candle lightings and that type of thing. It's just an interesting cultural difference. But bro, I was telling my wife, I was like, man, when I really look back at my life, like I can count on one hand, probably half of a hand, the number of times that I actually went out on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it
Because
didn't
I was always
happen.
in church.
Yeah, it didn't happen until I went to college.
Yeah. And
Like
even then, bro, y'all know, like I used to miss those moments.
yeah, yeah. You used to miss those moments, and to be fair, the they made it convenient for college students by having an earlier watch night service. So we used to go to it was like a 8 o'clock service that'll be over with at like 10,
And we out.
and we out. But
Yeah.
but still, we still went to church before we did anything, right? And while there's nothing wrong with that. Please don't take this as us saying like this is crazy or whatever. Like
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that, but you're right, bro. Like my whole life was. I remember very vividly as a kid, like saying, "I just want to go and see the fireworks," and it was like not an
Bro.
option.
Yes, bro.
Like
It was not an option.
like not an option. It's just like so we just going to church just because this is what we're supposed to do. Like, and I was just like, I was one of them kids, bro. Like I was a good kid, but I was like, I would ask questions too. I was just like, yo, so we going to church just to go to church tomorrow too? Like when it would fall on like a Friday. So I'm like, yo,
Why
so
be so mad?
so we
Bro,
leaving, we gonna leave here, and then we coming back tomorrow.
no,
Like,
no, no. It's talk about what time you leaving. Because I don't know if you went to this type of church, bro, but like we used to actually try to schedule it late enough where we would pray the new year in, have a brunch,
yes,
like a late 12:30, 1 o'clock brunch.
yes,
Because after you pray it in, they want to worship for another 30 minutes, right? You have the brunch, bro. We're not getting home in like 2 o'clock.
bro.
And then you got to get up and be at Sunday school the next morning.
So we had several versions of this, right? So one version is very similar to what you're saying. We would go to church maybe like the service would start at like 10:30, I think. But it's like praise and worship start at 10. 10:30 roll around when everybody really start getting up. And then, as soon as 12 hit, we pray, and we used to be out by like 12:15.
You had to have testimony service before you got to the
Yeah.
little sermonette, right?
Yeah, 100%. So like we've had versions of that where we out by like 12:15, 12:30 at the latest.
Right.
We've had versions where we'll start at like we have start at 11 and we probably get out around like 1-ish.
Yeah. I've been in those too. Man.
Now the other one that we had was the overnighters, where we would be in church.
What?
We get there, yeah, bro. Like we used to do. It was called like a shut-in. Or I forgot the exact name of. But we would go
I
there.
feel like I've heard about that,
bro. We would go there at like 10:30. Church, like do the regular,
yeah,
and be done at like 12 something. But like everybody there, like we spend the night in the church, right? Like so, it was like a youth thing too. Like we spend the night in the church, then we get up, do breakfast like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And like people dip out,
lock in.
Around. It was a lock in. That's what it was. Lock in.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, bro. I'm just like, man. So, but that was the lock in was, and I remember now the lock in was the way of the church saying like, oh, all the kids and teenagers that want to like go out tonight, no, y'all stay in the church, and then like,
right.
You know what I mean? We'll just make it fun for y'all to be in the church until the next morning type thing. So like we said, yeah.
It's tons of value in that, man. Like honestly, I get it, right? Mm-hmm. And straight up, like let's take it back even more, bro. Like in the grand scheme of things, the whole purpose behind it is what better place to be than in the presence of God, entering into the new year, right? At the core, that's what it was. What better thing to be doing than to be thanking God for all the blessings and praying for the next year going into the new year. I
Right.
get it, you know. And then the lock-in. What better place for kids to be than in the streets, at the clubs, at some party, blah, 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 you know? 100% get it. Not a problem. But man, bro, like, I was just like, dang, I ain't never been like, I was looking at my wife this year, I said, we going out.
Yeah.
Like, this year, me and you, like, my parents don't have the kids, we going out. Now, Omarion was out there with his ice box where my heart used to be and shut all that down this
Yeah,
year,
he shut it down.
unfortunately.
Shut it
He
down.
shut it down. And then we were supposed to have a game night, you know, us and the couples game night. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
We'll do it later,
Omarion.
man. Do it later, man. Do it later.
Yeah, we're gonna do it later. We're gonna do it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year, bro, I was like, nah, bro, like I want to go out with you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want us to go see if it ain't the Peach Drop or, you know, we somewhere we count down and hey, we ended up at the crib. We still had a good time. So it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, man, that's yeah, I remember like bro. But I feel you on that. This I saw, man, like even though shout out to one of our partners, man, like they were in Colorado. I was like, yeah, bro, like we got to get back to
Yeah.
yeah, we got to get back to that. Like that because I saw that. I love that. I showed Trina too. I was just like, man, like, okay, this is like without the kids.
Bro.
I'm like, dang, because I mean, and I know we were talking about this, but like it hit me when I saw it. I was like, yo, exactly. You're supposed to be.
That's what you're supposed to be doing on New Year's, bro.
That's what you're supposed to be doing on
You're
New
not supposed to be
Year's.
at home, but you ain't supposed to be in your same city either.
No, bro.
Yeah,
Chuck
man.
Deuces, get up out of here. I think
Man.
now that I think about this, bro, I think I'm gonna just in perpetuity just tell my mom, like, you want to buy us anything for Christmas, guess what? Just take the girls for that week.
Bro,
That's all. That's all. That's the gift.
Man, that's the
That's the
cheat
gift.
code right there. That's the
That's
cheat
the
code.
gift. We don't want no. You don't have to give us
Nothing
nothing
else.
for Christmas. We cool. Just take the girls from Christmas to New Year. Give us that last week of the year off. That's
a
all
win.
we want. Like that's it. That's all we want. That's the
That's a
gift.
win.
That's the
Man.
gift, bro. That's the gift.
Bro, you on to something.
I'm telling you, bro. That's the gift. Just go
That's
ahead.
the gift.
Go ahead and edge of this stone now. Just go ahead and just like, you know what, man. We
That's the
enjoyed. I'm prepping my speech because I gotta go and pick up the girls tomorrow. I'm prepping my speech. Look, I just want to let you know, man. Like we really appreciate what you did for us this week. Like keeping the girls. That was so helpful for our marriage. Helpful for like us as individuals. We just wanna love on you. And you got to hit them with that old Southern Baptist, like just want to love on you, and just want to let you know that
Oh, we want to love on you.
if you find it in your heart,
already,
that to do that, we don't want anything for Christmas ever again. But that's the perfect gift for us for Christmas to like, spend time with your grandkids for a week.
Bro, that's a cheat code right there.
That's
bro.
the gift, bro. Forget giving me $100 or $200 or whatever you want. Like, here, take them. Go ahead. I'll give you $100 so you can have some food.
Man, listen, bro. If you want 200, y'all want to eat good.
Y'all want to eat good? I got you. Here you go, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
the one right there, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, look, man. This is Black Afterthoughts. Thank y'all, our Patreon. Y'all are really like our fam, like
Yeah,
for real.
people,
So y'all keeping the lights on, man. Like if it went for y'all, like I'd be in here with just this counter. But like y'all keep the lights on too, so I can use the counter to just let the atmosphere, you know what I'm saying, go keep it moving. But we thank y'all, we appreciate y'all for real, man. And we're gonna have some very exciting things for y'all in 2022 that we thinking about doing, man. So just stay tuned. Thank y'all, and tell a friend that they ain't on the Patreon. Just let them know, like, yeah, y'all gotta go ahead and get over there. You know what I'm saying? Get this bonus content coming. We might even start another tier pretty soon where we give y'all another bonus maybe some merch or something like that. Who knows? You
Sure.
know, y'all tell us what else do y'all want. I put it like if we make a third tier, y'all tell us what type of content y'all want for that third tier. We'll do it like that. How about that? We'll do it like that. Cool, man. Any other words, Mo?
Nah, man. Hey, no, one more. Tell us what y'all want to talk about in 2022. It's a big year. We got a big year ahead. We got a lot to dive into. So we'll have a lot of special guests on with us too. So
For sure.
yeah.
Sounds good, man. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
The Black Men Think Podcast.